So, timestamps should exist for this video, but what I'm really going to be asking is whether or not I can complete this run. Can complete this run, oh my sweet goodness, my words. But, I think if our stamina's high enough, again, we're gonna see what actually happens here. So, as we start this off, and I just realized that a bunch of my, words are... Wait, hold on. I should have checked the thing. I'm just gonna say imagination and hope. It's not art and it's not music. Yeah, I think it's imagination and creativity that can contribute to your things, your combat capabilities. I forgot which is which, so hey, I'm just gonna be standing here increasing sensitivity at my will. But whether it's gonna make a difference, that's a completely different story. But need to do a quick check on these stats. Yeah, so we're not S+ battle rank yet. So I don't even want to try zone. If I can't even do zone 5, then there's no point, pretty much. That being said, the party members here are going to be a big contributing factor to zone 5, as opposed to the Silverglass Labyrinth, where you're primarily just going with the daughter. So, shrug, that's all I have to say. Is it speed or is it nothing else? It is speed. We'll go for speed, but again, that's not particularly my... that doesn't help my daughter's physical defense, so yeah, we're gonna find out. But first things first, take care of the stress and hope for the best. Don't get to talk to a friend, but that's perfectly fine. Again, we're just kind of we're just speeding towards the end at this point. So with that said, sensitivity, right? Should I just go sensitivity? Might as well. I'm taking sensitivity classes now, so shrug in real life. But man, I'm wondering how this is going to go. Again, I'm not going to know until I get into both Zone 5, but mainly the Silverglass Labyrinth. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Ghost Daughter! But as we go through more story, just for a moment here. Again, to note, I will be just skipping through the story, so shrug, right? Like, that's all I have to say. Roll our saves, and off we go. So, yeah, 11 months left. We should be able to get to S+? Question mark? Well... I guess we're gonna see. It looks like we're on pace if I keep using the training grounds. We can work with speed, but I really did want the physical defensive stats to increase, but I guess we'll see. So, when we get to max training ground, I guess I can swap, because again, the speed is not gonna be as important, but that's only what I think. This is a friendship event, right? Yeah, because I see more than 1 or 2 characters, but we also need to continue doing Zone 4. Probably in the next month or so. Yeah, so now that we're at S+, this should be max rank, if I recall correctly. Yeah, and then I don't think it affects anymore. If it does, I mean, I didn't know that, but let's find out what actually happens. So, just max out the training ground really quickly, then I guess we'll switch back to sword training at our leisure. Especially when we don't need to really visit the zones anymore. Well, I'm looking at my energy, basically. But we're also just trying to raise the stamina to S+, so I guess I can just keep doing advanced training. It looks like we can, but I'm not entirely sure about that. So let's see if we can make it. We did have an extra skill point we can use. We'll use activity. We'll use sensitivity class progress, and then we'll do activity rate. Everything else I pretty much don't need, I believe. Everything else, my voice broke, but yeah, nothing here. So let's just speed on through. At a certain point, though, because our battle rank is at max, I don't really need to visit the monster hunt unless I'm trying to grab a different piece of equipment. Either weapon or anything else, but we'll have to see, because it's the bread festival and I can't go check the town. So, hey, there are sales available during certain months, but as you can see, I don't really need it, because we pretty much have all the gold we do need, so I'm shrugging real life. Also need to check my items. I do need to be using these. They will help out, if for no other reason, just for an extra bit of combat capabilities. I don't even need the skill points anymore, so... Well, I say that, but that's not like a guaranteed statement. By the way, stress. I'm looking just in case we have energy. Otherwise, I really should have just been cooking too, but it's not like, yeah, we can't cook anything anyway, so... yeah. Roll our saves. Roll our saves, what am I doing? So... yeah, never mind. That's why I saved before talking. So I don't lose time. Rewind. Hey, Jordan, do the timestamp here instead. But I know I said I wasn't gonna load as much, but like it's a very small load. That's my excuse. So let's see here. Did I actually save? I feel like I didn't. Well, hey. Activity, success rate. And we don't really need anything else. We'll take the support art and just start doing it, but otherwise, yeah, we pretty much maxed out nearly everything. Did I say I was supposed to take EX skills? No, never mind. I'm already maxed out on that as well. So, off we go. But, let's see our sensitivity classes. Take magic, because magic, imagination, and then just do the rest of the art classes. Because, just to at least progress and get unlock more classes. And if we don't see Fran, we'll outskirts instead. I think this is a... We do 2 advanced and 2 sword trainings here, and we hope for the best. Oh, I was supposed to take a look at the thing. It's fine for the moment, but as Chocola's affinity increases here, I could also talk to Chocola instead. But let's take a quick look. I just want to see, because you should unlock the final tiers of weapons here. 400, 400. If we're looking at raw numbers, I think that's more than the Pandemonium staff by just a bit, and it gives me more dark magic. And I'm not planning to cast heal. I guess we can find out. Do I want to find out? I'm not sure actually. The other thing I wanted to compare, I did it last video too, but we'll take another look. 360 pretty much defense on both, and if we go to the Taylor, who grants us our armor, pretty much. Let's see here. I feel like there's another one. Am I going crazy? Well, about a third. It might even be less, but I don't know how defense works exactly, so we're just going to guess. You know what? We're gonna give a gift. Do I know what gifts? Oh, I can't even go give gifts yet. So, whoopsie doopsie. I guess we'll do date and then talk, because I want to make sure we get through Zone 5 okay. And that was the wrong one. I don't think have I done a Chocola run yet? I have not, I don't think. But, So, again, our battle rank is already maxed out, so the primary reasons to be grinding Monster Hunt in Zone 4 would be both for gold and the ingredients, but I don't need either. So, and yeah, since Fran is available during the night, we can talk to her during the night. Shrug, that's all I have to say. We don't need the family trip yet, so I'll just rest instead, because we're going to be getting more stress overall, because we're going to be... Even though talking to Fran here will lower our stress, it will still be better to... It's still more stress decrease overall to use it just resting, which is, I guess, it is good design intentionally wise. So yeah, rest we go. Again, it's really sad that we don't get to get another character ending, but it's all for the story, which achievement point wise gets you more. But if you need some preparation, again, feel free to just casually go through Magical Princess and do like 5-6 runs before even attempting to complete the main story. Main story? The story. A story. Sleep? Question mark? Nope, I'm going absolutely insane. Why do I do this to myself? You would think I remember these answers. The answer to that question is no. So, rewind the timestamp, and also checking other stuff in the side. But, yeah, let's go on. It is always 2 out of 3, so when I'm literally guessing at certain times, I'm failing a 33% check. Which is very funny, to me at least. So, we don't need art, but, I mean, I'm pretty sure I can max out all the classes, yeah, in 1 month anyway. So yeah, at about month 7 or 6, we'll try to... maybe I should just play it safe. Yeah, I should just play it safe. So what we're gonna do is just spend enough time... we're going to spend time and get as close to the end of the game as possible. Let's just say around like months 4-3, we'll tackle the Silverglass Labyrinth. And in about, when we have 6 to 5 months left, we'll tackle Zone 5. That's the intent. Now when we get to S+, we'll see. But, yeah. We do need to save 3 energy for a Chocolate talk. So we'll do that, because, yeah, it's date into chat. Because we can't do gift giving yet, which would probably grant me more. And again, I know I've shown it before, but you can literally go into your friends list in game and see what a character likes. And as you can see here, it's actually these are quite a bit more complex items to give. But there are +1 affinity items anyway, so if you need to go 1-for-1 for energy and affection, you can. We'll try to max this out. We should be able to max this out. If we can't, I'm going to be a bit sad, but hey. When we get to S+, we'll switch back to intelligence. Also, Fran was sitting right there, but it's perfectly fine. Note that I am slowly losing my gold. No! Charisma. But, yeah, slowly losing gold because I'm no longer getting any from Monstunts, but I have 23,000 gold, so... Shrug. And we use the family trip because otherwise we're going to lose it at some point. I think this is still the winter month, so I wasn't even being efficient, but... shrug, we'll do our best. Buy stuff, move on. And again, I haven't really touched a cooking run yet. That would, I wouldn't doubt that that would be actually quite useful. But again, as you can see here, I've already started doing what I've done, and which means I'm not doing any cooking with the daughter at all. So that means I don't get to do much more. So yeah, again, grind the training grounds. 1 sword training. Can we get it maxed out with the 1 more? Please? Otherwise, I might... Okay, we did. We get Chocola affection. We get a Night Sword, which we don't need. But the more important part is that we increase Chocola affection and do our best to raise her rank that way. I think that raises rank. And if it doesn't, again, it at least unlocks extra things the character can do in battle when their title increases. And if I'm wrong about that, well, correct me. I feel fairly certain about that. It's 80-85% certain, but yeah. Well, I really have not done any I have not done any Chocola dates, but anywho. So, yeah, last one. We might have a Crimson Moon, but we want to tackle Zone 5. It is a Crimson Moon, so if for some reason we fail this, I'm not loading it here. It's already too much time. Fran is S-, and Chocola is A. That is interesting to see. And we have a warning because of it. So, I think it's Chocola. The daughter is quite powerful here, but again, if the daughter just gets attacked over and over and over again, we might run into problems. So... yeah, as we can already see I mean, you can see the rank on screen, but yeah, it's not great. So, we're gonna hopefully burn 1 down. I'm gonna cast Starfall and see. Otherwise, maybe I should just Flame Circle instead and see how... Yeah, you know what? We're gonna Flame Circle instead and see how much damage we can do. I did not hit every enemy. Oh, I did every enemy. Never mind. And off we go. And the reason I want to do that is because it's faster. So... yeah, shrug. Though here I'm probably going to do a Starfall and have Fran attack the enemy in the back because it is tankier than the wolves in the front. But we will cast Starfall. For giggles, I guess I could cast a heal at some point just to show you how detrimental that decrease in light magic is from the NG plus staff, but I'll show you when the time comes. Again, resisting physical, but I promise you that extra little bit can make a difference, even if it's resisted damage. Whee! In fact, Starfall probably just would have one-shot them, so I could have had Fran defend, but it's perfectly fine. This, on the other hand, we just attack over and over. I might still Starfall. Might not make as much of a difference, but I guess we'll see. You know what? I'm going to cast a Fire Circle, just to see how much damage that does. And then I'm going to cast the Starfall. So keep in mind, about 1150 damage for a Fire Circle, just a lowest tier. And with Starfall, we will be doing... Oh my goodness, our turns come back so fast. Stop! 5,000 damage. So, yeah. I mean, there's certainly a permutation of battle actions you can do that will make things quicker. But again, just to show you the numbers that with the stats that my daughter has at the moment, yeah, you do the math yourself. But as we get into March here, so we want to tackle Zone 5. This is going to be a doozy of a month. And it's going to be a bit tricky here to try and get Zone 5 if we end up running into trouble. I forgot what my exact rotation was. I think I just went for quicker attacks, but we're going to find out. So, don't want to do art, do creativity and imagination. To grant us the most support stats. I should actually just pull that up just to see. So, what I mean, as we do our Chocola event, this should get her to A+, if not S-. But let's do our training first. Yeah, training first. And then see what we can do. Again, I'm trying to hit Stamina S+, so yeah. But we do want to eventually go monster hunting. So let's find out. I'm also trying to navigate to the guide on this side. I did have notes as well, but it's fine. But hey, can we go to the thingamajiggy? We can go on a family trip. Might as well do that. I swear I'm not trying to stall for time. But let's go for a stroll. I don't remember these decisions. Again, you don't need to be the most efficient, but it will make a little bit of a difference, I feel, again. So we're going to save right here. I'm not planning to load it. We're just saving it in case the game magically crashes or something. Yeah, so A, I think she was at A-, but we're going to tackle Zone 5 and see. So yeah, here we go. And boy, oh boy, is this going to be a bit interesting. So we are going to do Fire Circle because might as well. Chocola is funny enough on the top now, but what I want to see is if we can Starfall through this. Oh my sweet goodness, the damage. But Imagination, can I see it? Yeah, so Imagination increases luck, which affects your accuracy and evasion. And then Creativity gives you first strikes, which I guess is the first attack, basically. Who gets to attack, who gets to go first? Question mark? Am I going crazy? I might be going crazy. Well, anywho. Starfall didn't grant me that much, did it? Well, that's why we Flame Circle instead. Still prayer. Chocola should be able to handle herself with that defense. When we reach the enemy at the end, however, I think it's going to come down to the wire. Whee! I'm going to attack and see. And off we go. So, I think there were four waves of enemies, so we're going to find out. I'm actually just going to go full out. I don't remember how to do these waves at all, so oh my sweet goodness. Tell me you have she doesn't have the AoE. There's I believe, if I recall correctly, there is a heavier AoE heal, but she didn't learn, Chocola didn't learn it yet, so we're just sitting here in pain. We're gonna pray here. I actually should have just cast heal on Chocola maybe, but it's too late now. Okay, now we want to heal, because there are less enemies to deal with. Unfortunately, we do not get to do a thing. So we're going to prayer with the daughter, and then do a heal grand on Chocola herself. I should have been defending here. Why did I do that? But we're going to rotate back to a prayer anyway. So, ow! And then Chocola can go back to using prayer. So, I'm going to Fire Circle. That's probably going to be the quicker one. Oh my goodness, we're so fast. Wow, I went... By the way, I've done more than like half a dozen runs at this point, and so now, not even knowing what first strikes do. I should actually just look for that really quickly. But, yeah, so this we want to take, yeah, as you can see, 700 damage, and I didn't move it a lot, so pain. But, as we sit here and hope, I'm just going to do Fire Circle so we can try and defend at opportune times, but otherwise it's going to be a very, very slow first half of HP. I think during the second half, this encounter does have phases, so to say. So we don't need, so we can take it easy here, and when the enemy starts doing some weird, bigger attacks, then you'll know the time comes. So yeah. By the way, I am not defending at proper moments, but I'm doing my best. So, I think prayer will still grant me a fair bit. Should I not be casting fire there? It seems like I shouldn't be, but I don't have anything other than fire, so shrug. And we're still doing more damage than Fran, and we're probably actually moving faster than Fran. Unfortunately, Fran is the one being slapped in the face here, so yeah. Let's do this. So the thing though is that if I defend with Fran, she's gonna get her turn back immediately, but I guess that's fine just to play it safe because she is taking I think she took like 3 attacks back to back to back, so sorry, I had to type something because I was looking for something. Okay, never mind. But yeah, let's continue onward. So yeah, Fran can do 1 attack and then defend. The daughter can just do whatever she wants. She's actually just sitting at full HP. So yeah, we're gonna heal with Chocola really quickly because we want her to be as topped off as possible before the boss starts doing some bigger attacks. Now what I'm curious about is whether the enemy will be doing can switch their strategy mid-load, but I guess we'll find out. At this point, though, we're probably reaching that moment, so let's hope for the best. I'm gonna still prayer, though. But let's just do a Savage Sword here, just to get as much damage as possible. Oh my goodness, that was resisted. Help. But, with the daughter, we're still gonna Flame Circle. There's Flame, by the way. And so now, I don't think we have much time left. I'm just gonna go for full damage here. And in fact, I should have actually cast support earlier. I think Fran can take 1 big hit. I guess we're going to find out, though. The answer is no. So, we're just going to do the big hits and hope for the best. Our daughter did not get hit a single time, by the way. And in fact, we can probably just Starfall this enemy all the way. Whee! And here's the rainbow spam. I think it just starts spamming rainbow. Yeah, so we can take about 2 more of those, because we're going to withstand one with 1 HP, but hey, fun times. No, Fran Chocola! What did they do to deserve this? But anywho. So yeah, with that said, I promise you when we get into the Silverglass Labyrinth, we'll give it a couple of goes because we have enough time for that, but as we move on, and there's no more point increasing affection here and there, because in this run, without spoiling too much, it won't matter. So, however, the previous runs will have an effect. So, as we do our save here, because we got through a milestone, we're going to talk to the daughter, and we're going to do our best. We're going to give it 1 more month just to get stamina at S+, but right after that, yeah, we're going to find out. Again, it's more than possible that... Oh my goodness, do we just have art and music classes left? We'll just do it to max them out. It's more than possible that... What was I trying to say? Forgot what I was going to say, never mind. I'll just go to something else I was going to say. So, it's more than possible the other way that you end up... Maybe there are other builds you can do that and go through the Silverglass Labyrinth just fine. I highly believe that, because I'm sure that I have not been the most efficient, but at the same time, just to show what you can get away with doing your best here. So, let's get stamina to S+ here. And then we will call it that. In fact, I think I can just do normal training and get away with that. To get stamina at S+. And then we'll switch back to intelligence so we can try and damage things as much as possible. And I will tell you if I believe that the extra intelligence we're going to get here makes a difference. But we'll give it another month or 2. I think I did mine at like 2 months left, but let's just try going in early and see how well we do. You only get 1 shot, by the way, so it's not like you can spend month after month trying. But you have saving and loading anyway, so shrug, but... yeah, there's nothing else we can do. No affinity, and yeah, pretty much Yeah, it's the 5th upgrades here that grant you the extra one. However, again, we're not using a bow, and we don't have any light magic, so literally taking any of the EX skills probably could do anything else really here. In fact, we're just going to go for Charisma, but let's rest at home once more, and then we will tackle the Silverglass Labyrinth, and that will probably be the video. So, just checking to see if friend is here. Again, doesn't really matter, but might as well just go through the motions, right? So, ask out on a date. Wake up. And we can just sit here if I want. Yeah, I think Fran is at max. Actually, let me check that just to be sure. So, Fran, I feel, is easier if you just give her meat from battles. Yeah, as you can see here, she's at 100 affection. I have to give her a piece of meat, but you get the point. As opposed to Chocola, where you have to go out and buy something. Maybe it doesn't cost a lot. In fact, I have 26,000 gold, but you get the point. There's a bit more you have to go through, at least, to do some +2 affection gift giving. But as we do the as we grab the last birthday here, that's you know what, that's a good point to in which to not end the video, but enter the Silverglass Labyrinth. But we're not going to see the oh, we are in the Academy Fest. Never mind, we can't do this. So it does have to be month 3. Okay. Now the question is, so I'm going to show you the Magic Tournament here, because I think I showed you the other tournament, the physical tournament, in the previous run. So I will show you what happens in this run. In fact, you probably want to be using a different staff here so you can heal yourself, but at this point, guess it doesn't really matter as much, does it? This should get rid of them all, right? Yeah, it does. So I get to clear the screen this way. Never mind, one survived with literally like 3 HP or something. I'm just gonna guess, because I feel like all of their max HP fluctuates. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not, but hey. We're actually going to Starfall the professor that comes out here. We actually just need to also attack this tomato in front of us. Yeah, 22, didn't have any more than 22 HP. Yeah, the extra bit of intelligence would have helped here, but this is not the most important thing to clear in this run. It would be nice to clear the Magic Festival, or the Magic version here, but... So I'm going to cast Support here, and I'm going to go... I'll show you the heal here really quickly, just to show you. 160 HP. Unfortunately, Prayer does not heal the daughter, so shrug. But, as the professor now jumps in... Yeah, thankfully, because we are an intelligence build, we get to tank this in the face, but unfortunately, we do take a lot of damage. Now we deal a lot of damage, so hey, we get to dance. But anywho. That being said, the Silverglass Labyrinth is going to be far more difficult. Did I get that the last time I went through this? Well, I guess I'm going to find out. So, now we save for certain. But let's see what we can and cannot do. So, we'll take a quick look at our items after the classes here, but otherwise, let's continue going through this. So, music, imagination, creativity. So go creativity, imagination. No, imagination, creativity. Because I don't know what First Strike is. I'm sure it's important to some degree, but... because I believe in also evading things, might as well give ourselves more RNG. And now let's check our equipment. So, 500, 500, 660. Maybe this is better, so we can at least heal ourselves, question mark, assuming we can tank a blow. And then what about this? Extra HP. I'm going to stick with the Starlight Bracelet. So, maybe that is better for us. But without further ado, let's get this party started. So, we're going to give it 1 or 2 good attempts. And if I don't complete it within 2 attempts, then that's the video. So, yeah, it literally gives you 2 stop messages to make sure you know what you're getting into. Also, I could have actually studied a bit more, but we're just going to go in now just to see. If for no other reason, then yeah, if you fail here, I'll show you, we can see what an extra... set of intelligence will do here. Can I spam this? I feel like it's still better to fire circle here, but we'll find out. That being said, I think our daughter is the primary healer for this portion of this dungeon. So you know what? We're going to heal instead of prayer. We are so fast at casting spells that we actually, I think we cast like Starfall before and Heal before the professor could do her big attack. Oh my sweet goodness, the dodging. But still gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do Starfall and then Heal because we believe in ourselves, and it seems like we can out-heal the damage at the moment. Shrug. And then I got Warrior Princess. That's the first time I have. Does that count across all runs? That must count across all runs, because I don't recall defeating 200 enemies. Or maybe I have. Anywho. This enemy is a bit tankier, so we're going to just do quick attacks instead. I'm actually just going to let it hit me, just to see how much damage it does. Never mind, I lied. Might as well just do prayer here. But yeah, our daughter is the primary healer. In fact, we can do prayer instead, but let's just get some extra damage out before we do prayer. And let's see how much HP we can heal in one prayer's worth. Or one enemy's worth. I don't know which one I want to say. But it seems like a lot, actually. And in fact, we can cast more magic before we can prayer again. So we'll just kind of go in between and do 2. It's a lot of HP, by the way. One prayer's worth is about 300 HP for Anne. But I think I can cast a Fire Circle and then prayer again. Yeah, we can. Wow. Again, prayer counts as defend, so it's kind of important to be able to do that. Unfortunately, I miscalculated that the enemy was going to be casting a spell, so hey. Actually, probably should have just cast Starfall at this point, but it's fine. I was about to say, don't tell me my daughter gets another turn. Not that I would have used up a turn. Again, prayer cycles back quickly, and I know I've been redundant over and over, but there's literally nothing else happening on screen. Ow! I should have actually healed here. Wait, I think we get left behind. You know what? I'm just going to attack and see. Wow, alright. I'm going to heal just to be safe, but I think I can fit in 2 heals. I can't fit in 2 heals. I think. But, yeah, we can fit in 2 heals, which means I can also fit in a Fire Circle, and this should get rid of this. And I think after this is when things start to change. So, nope, never mind. It's still Anne. However, we are fighting different enemies here, so we are going to find out. Because there is one specific enemy here that we have to be a little wary of. So, we are going to find out. If we just dodge the attack, I mean, I guess we're not going to see. But, you're about to see in a moment. So, this is the encounter that may be your first choke point, aside from Null. Null is also a choke point, theoretically speaking. But as you can see here, yeah, and getting one-shot is not good to see. I think we one-shot everyone else here, though. So as long as the daughter doesn't get slapped super hard by physical damage there, and we drag Anne's Bonnie with us, yeah, we should be relatively fine. Can I Starfall this as well? I know I can fit in a heal unless we get frozen. I don't think that can freeze us. Okay, yeah, we have to fit in heal. So this is a more appropriate fight. So let's get our heal in. Let's actually, never mind, we don't get to prayer. All right, cool. If this encounter could freeze us, that would be a little troublesome because it's quite fast. So we're gonna actually defend here. I believe that counts as defend. Never mind, she healed herself. But we deal more damage. Actually, I do want to see that. I think I can fit another Fire Circle. Can we fit another Fire Circle? We can. And we defend. May inflict burn. Okay, yeah, it tells us when it can inflict a status effect. We should be able to handle this. Please tell him. I'm just going to take the blow here. And off we go. I don't think burn can knock you down. Don't quote me on that, though. So yeah, at this point, we are on our own. And I think this is the final one. Okay, I thought there was another set of battles. It's the one battle. So, unfortunately here, I'm going to take this hit and see how much damage we take. Okay, not that much. And thankfully it's because it's a magic attack. So, yeah, having the staff that decreases our light magic would have been bad for us because we can mitigate damage by way of healing. Now, we are taking damage ourselves, but hey. And we essentially just want to stay the course until the attack pattern changes, in which we might have to care about damage more. Oh, please! If we get frozen, though, I promise you the battle's over. But, anywho, I'm gonna think you're... Wait, do you insta-cast spells? Can't tell, that was an attack. We're gonna find out, though. If I do see a spell cast, I'm just gonna prayer with the daughter. And here is where, again, your previous runs will help you out. So, in your previous runs, depending on the character endings you get, or you obtained, characters that you got character endings for will appear here to help you out. Now, how helpful they actually are, I think does depend, but for the most part, they're going to be very, 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 very helpful. So, for example, we can have Noah here be the healer, while our daughter focuses on damage. But at a certain point, if the other enemy, if your party member here goes down, they will be replaced by someone else who you got a character ending for. So, yeah, I'm just gonna let that stand. I think the daughter will be more helpful dealing damage here. And yeah, as you can see, they're also jumping in the way to take damage for your daughter instead. I could heal Noah, but I think the other character and the only one we have left remaining is going to be more helpful. So, yeah, we'll just focus here. So, just keep the daughter up, and we will be okay, I think. Wow, that wasn't actually as much HP. We didn't even top ourselves off, but at this point, I think we just have Noah just do the biggest attack he can, unless he goes down, and just call it a day. So, just to get as much damage as possible. And then we're going to heal ourselves with the daughter, and off we go. So, 4,300 and 300. It's not the greatest, but we'll take it. And as we get our speed decrease, that's perfectly fine for the moment. Whee! And if you're not hearing it, the daughter will call out to the characters that come out to help her. So, literally, your friends with the power of friendship and or love, or both, really. So, I think we can. I don't know if the boss just one-shots them at a certain point. So, I do want to focus on damage at a certain point, but if Cornelia just takes it in the face and goes down, I mean, sure, our daughter is here to help anyway. But Cornelia, importantly, has group heal, so I do feel that is a lot more helpful overall. Now, it's not as much damage as, again, the boss is dealing, but it will help out. I think we need 2 more Starfalls, so let's actually focus on a spot heal. And if the boss can one-shot the characters here, then so be it, right? Oh my sweet goodness. But we can cast another group heal, so it's fine. But, without further ado, yeah. Oh my goodness, you instant attacked? Really? Our daughter can take the damage, but that makes me sad. But otherwise, yeah. So as it turns out, hey, S plus stamina, or at least more physical defense, very, very helpful. But otherwise, as we pretty much end the series here, one experience, because this is literally the end of the run. This will end your run. So, without further ado... Oh no, a space! But, yeah, without further ado, that is going to be the total end. Now, of course, you can go through and complete other character endings, get other daughter endings as well, but as the UI glitches out and you go through pretty much, I think, an important part of the story, of course, then, yeah, oh no, sad dad. Sad me! But... the short version, because if you've watched this long, you might as well, I might as well clue you into what's going on. To prevent tragedies, your daughter basically becomes a master of time. There's a more specific phrase, but I'm paraphrasing because there's a lot of drama happening on screen at the moment. So as we do our best to find our daughter here, yeah, it's a story experience. Again, this all started from, I think, technically it would be a... I'm trying to think of the exact phrase. I guess we'll just say board game. That's completely in Japanese, and I think I've linked it every single time in every single video here. So if you ever want to go see the Japanese, basically origin of this IP, it is available in the description below. But otherwise, as we complete this run here, you do get, I think you get a lot of Dayton's points. Oh no, songs, copyright, but. Yeah, again, not really much else to say. If you have any other questions, comments, concerns, criticisms, then feel free, because I'm fairly certain that I have done some inefficient things here and there. But you don't need to be that efficient. 3 runs minimum, and we got through the main parts of the story. But if you want to go through it and play it again, I mean, it's always available. So, yeah, without further ado, 570 achievement points. I'll just fill this out just to kind of give you an idea. But otherwise... yeah, not really much else to say. This has been Magical Princess and May. If I do anything else, I'll do anything else, but again, we'll actually see when the time comes. But yeah, without further ado, really not much else to say here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!